like most people.
And good morning, YouTube. It is 6:07 a.m. Thursday, May 12th, 2022. Oh, hang on. Detour down with traffic. Got to listen to that.
Had a wreck on the northbound 101 Price. It's near University. That wreck blocking the right lane. It's going to be a stay left to you by, but only seeing a little smidgen of slowing on it so far. The 60 remains closed. Westbound from the 101 over to McClintock, and the eastbound side of the 60 also closed. I-10 east to McClintock as well. But only other thing getting in the way are brake lights. I-10 eastbound from approaching 43rd Avenue into 16th Street. Light delays. This traffic report brought to you by the Lund Mortgage Team. Increased property values mean you might be able to finally drop your mortgage insurance. Ask the Lund Mortgage Team how you can start saving hundreds of dollars every month. Call 623-875-9940 today. Dietrich and KTR News.
Sunny today with a high of 89, a low tonight of 62, sunny and 98 degrees for tomorrow. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air. Whether replace or repair, call Howard Air. From the KTAR Business Center, a day after April's consumer inflation rate was announced at 8.
All right, so I didn't hear anything in that traffic report that would affect me. I did make a point to look at Google Maps, just to see the state of traffic that I was going into and where the congestion areas are. Of course, that can always change with the time it takes for me to get, across town. So I'm going to pay attention to the traffic reports on KTAR and just kind of use my best intuition. Looking at the traffic, I-10 was pretty much jammed. Ooh, I'm going to give this guy wide berth to make his turn.
Numbers when it comes to overdoses in the United States, or for some people, this isn't so shocking.
Anyway,
affected their family. Coming up on Arizona.
I-10, it looked like I-10 once I get on the other side of where the 202 South is, at past 59th Avenue. It looked pretty congested, just various shades of yellow and red, all the way to the stack at I-10, or at I-17, I mean. And then going across downtown, between the 17 and the 51, it was pretty much all red. So, yeah, I want nothing to do with that. Now, yesterday, and it was in between the first video I shot and the second video I shot because I ran out of space, which hopefully that doesn't happen today. I did delete a couple of things, so hopefully there's room. I did hit some congestion where it took me 2 changes of the light to turn left from Roosevelt onto 75th Avenue to get to I-10. Since I'm not staying on I-10, that just kind of seems like a wasted effort to go up there. Although I'm imagining that congestion was just due to the fact that I left in a hurry, right as everybody else that got off with me was leaving. But at any rate, it just seems more functional to go this way, down Van Buren, as a way to avoid traffic. So we'll see. See if this gets me home quicker than yesterday. Of course, we're kind of comparing apples and oranges because yesterday I left pretty much at, right after 5:30. I mean, I think I got in my car and started it up by like 5:33, whereas now it's already 6:11. So being a little more sociable at work than normal today. A lot of times I just kind of keep to myself. I mean, I'm really friendly at work, but I kind of tend to keep to myself and keep focused on work. And I haven't really much socialized with anybody I work with out. Wow, look at that asshole in his killing machine. He thinks that center turn lane is a passing lane. He thinks the right lane is a passing lane as well. That's amazing. Wow. Drove by me like I was parked, and I'm doing 45 and a 45. So anyway, yeah, people like that are one of the reasons that driving is so dangerous. So anyway, no, there's a handful of people that I really like at work. And so far, the only person that I've met at work that I've really had anything to do with outside of work has been Garfield. And he doesn't work in my department anymore, so I don't hardly see him at work at all. Lately, I've been seeing him more on the express buses, but as I'm not taking the bus right now, I'm not entirely sure what department he works in now. Like, he told me, and it just kind of was like, like, okay, you just told me a department, I don't know what it is or where it is. Congrats on the promotion, I guess. Anyway, he did come to one of my karaoke shows once, so I'm hoping he'll come again.
101 Price, McClintock, eastbound side closed from I-10 East to McClintock as well. What I'm seeing right now, though, is a crash on the adjacent freeway that is one of your detours. Northbound 101 Price, University, every day this week we've had a wreck. Mornings and afternoons both at University since this closure began. And right now there's brake lights back from the 64th. Otherwise, though, there's only light delays. 35th Avenue on the 10 eastbound into 7th Street, 2 to 3 extra minutes. This traffic report brought to you by Carol Royce, Keller Williams, Realty East Valley. Thinking of selling your home? Sell your home with ease.
I wonder exactly what he means by 2 to 3 extra minutes. Anyway, I'm not a fan of sitting on the freeway when it's congested, so I'd rather be just driving along at 45 on Van Buren. This is a lot more chill to me.
KTAR News Time 6:13.
Anyway,
Arizona's morning news.
so probably the last couple hours that I was at Amazon today, I was working with this one woman, and I don't really want to say her name, so I'm not. But she's always been super, super friendly there since, I want to say, my first or second day there. I think I met her on I feel like I met her my second day there. Now, I don't know how much longer she's been there before me, but I know when I was a line loader, I started as a line loader. When I was a line loader, she was a water spider, and pretty much as soon as I started working as a water spider, she became a learning ambassador. But she works in quite a few different departments, and admittedly, I'm really bad at differentiating when a woman is flirting with me versus just being friendly. So, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like she's kind of flirting with me, but I don't know. At any rate, we spent a lot of time together tonight, and there were some times she was really close to me and decided to start kind of stretching and flexing, which is not a bad thing to do, doing the kind of job that we're doing. I mean, Amazon does actually recommend it, and I might be a little sore a little less often if I made a little more conscious effort to stop and stretch from time to time. But man, there were a couple of times, some of the stretches that she was doing right by me, and her and I were the only ones in that area. A little distracting, to say the least. Anyway, we chatted a little bit more than normal today. And we were kind of talking right at the end of the night, pretty much in that limbo time between when we're done working but haven't made it to the front of the building to clock out yet. And I did have one of my weird, awkward moments where I was telling her something and it felt like she was ignoring me or blowing me off, and I guess maybe I'm just self-conscious, and I feel that people are doing that even when they're not. But at one point I felt like I was bothering her, and I just kind of walked off in another direction, and she actually stopped and turned around, and she's like, and then she apologized, and she's like, well, I'm sorry, I was just coming over this way for something, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I said, I'm not ignoring you. But she said that to me, which kind of was, I kind of thought I was bugging her, and I guess I wasn't, so I kind of went back and walked with her. Anyway, I ended up kind of walking out with her, and then we met up with a couple of the other guys that are actually kind of like our supervisors, I think. I still haven't figured out the whole hierarchy there. Which, like, you think I would know that by now, but for the most part, I just kind of do my own thing and don't worry about it. I mean, I've never been like much of a yes man anyway. Like, even the people that I know are direct supervisors and even their supervisors, generally speaking, when they, come around me and ask stuff, like I'll interact with them. I'm not, generally one to say, oh yeah, like I'll tell them kind of what I'm doing and, where stuff is going. And it's kind of funny. Like, at this point, I've taken over the whole, pallet loading zone area and the pallet buffer zone area, so much that when supervisors are coming in that area, they'll actually ask me where they want stuff. So I was pretty much on pallets all night, which was nice. I felt like I got enough extra sleep to do that today, and I did have kind of a headache, which I think I mentioned in my last video. I did kind of have a headache when I was heading in, but the painkillers not only help with the headache, but I feel they help with the aching in my legs and my hand, because I was able to pretty much run hard and heavy on pallets all night tonight, and I love it when I can do that. So that was fun. And I had a couple extra people that were helping me out with the pallets, as far as like bringing them to me over in the pallet buffer area. And the gal I was mentioning with, who sometimes seems, I'm just not sure if she's being friendly or flirty. I'm so bad at not picking up on those signals, but I would love it if she was being flirty. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, she, I do find her extremely attractive. Anyway, she, interesting hawk right there. I love how that tire and wheel shop that I just passed has a sign that obviously indicates it used to be a bowling alley. Now it still looks like a bowling pin and stuff. This is always a fun neighborhood to drive through. And it's just an interesting mix of hanging on plus urban decay.
Pretty decent Thursday morning to this point. I'm not going to ruin it, but we've had another freeway crash on the east side, and this is very similar to the way we saw yesterday morning start to develop. 202 Red Mountain Freeway. We got a new crash that has come in near Mason Drive. The two right lanes are blocked on this collision. Looks like there's a large box or something that fell off the back of one of these vehicles. It's out the roadway. It was struck by another vehicle. Stay left restriction already about a 1 mile delay approaching. Minor wreck on the northbound 101. This is going to be near University. This wreck now off right. No lanes blocked, but I must say there's only a spot of slowing northbound approaching the 101 so far, so it could be worse. This traffic report brought to you by the Arizona Department of Health Services.
Well, nothing I need to worry about, and I do tend to stay off freeways during rush hour. I find I can make better time on surface streets when rush hour traffic is bad. Just noticed I passed a trailer park on the right that my grandparents used to live in when I was a little kid. I still have vivid memories of being in the swimming pool with my maternal grandfather there. Like, when I look over at that yard, I can vividly see him in my head, and even have images and remember the soda machine that was at that trailer park, which dispensed sodas in glass bottles, in the old style, reusable glass bottles. Anyway, weird. It's kind of weird, when I can see things and it just jars these old, we're talking 48 plus year old memories. Anyway, so so walking out with the gal that I worked with most of the night tonight, who shall for the moment remain nameless. well, she, no, granted, it wasn't just me and her, it was me and her and two other guys, but having quite the conversation on the way out, and I feel like I actually learned a lot more about her, personally, and kind of shared some stuff with her today as well. So, I don't know what that traffic is dead ahead, but I want no part. Oh, those guys are stuck on a train. I don't want no part of that. I was going to go south and try to get on the freeway that way, but yeah, I could see that the southbound access road wasn't moving whatsoever. So it's time for some creative cab driver style backroading.
No, it's not. Mouthwash is not enough to clean your teeth properly. You need to brush.
How should I do
Let's
this?
be real. You can't clean your teeth well with mouthwash
I don't
alone.
think I'm doing this right.
Without proper agitation. The zero res process uses our zero res lister to loosen all deeply embedded dirt and air that's stuck in your carpet pipe.
The street goes through. I think it does.
You just can't reach.
I'm in a street sign on this street. I'm not sure what street this is. I think it's Buchanan. There's a person walking right down the middle of the street.
This month, get 3 rooms of
Good
carpet
times.
zero resified for $138. That includes pre-treating the carpet, agitating with our awesome zero res lifter, and cleaning
Wow, I haven't gone through this way in years. Pretty freaky little area.
Sarah Gazelle here. Have you ever heard of a no?
Nope, it's Jackson Street.
It sounds like a bad thing, but my friends at Parker & Sons make saying no a great thing. And here's why. No waiting days for service. Parker is there in minutes, not days. Parker has no extra charge for nights and weekends, and there is no trip charge. Plus, there are no voicemails.
Well, I was thinking I could just quickly go down to Grant and then double back to the southbound access road from Grant and get on the I-10. But yeah, I forgot there's railroad tracks between Jefferson and Grant. You can't cross. Oh, you know what? That actually is the problem. That is definitely the problem. There is a train, and sorry y'all can't see that on the camera because it didn't face that way. But there's a train. I mentioned there's tracks there. That's probably why the southbound access road wasn't moving. 19th Avenue isn't moving either. There is a train, and it is not moving on those tracks. That was a. That was not a distraction I thought I was going to have to deal with. That's all right. I know ways around this stuff that apparently the people sitting in traffic not getting around the train are unfamiliar with. Hello, State Trooper. So, yeah, 19th Avenue will get stuck at that track. But right over here, 17th Avenue, which a lot of people forget is a thoroughfare over here, goes under those tracks. This is why I was really good as a cab driver. Low bridge ahead. Yeah, I'm aware of that. This bridge is really old. This dates back to when this was U.S. Highway 85. And now it's just 17th Avenue. It's not really a major street anymore, but it's used to be a U.S. highway. I wonder how many of those people sitting in traffic cussing out the train realized that all they had to do was just go down 2 blocks and they could go right under it.
Discuss that experience. Right now, Detour Dan is in the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center to fill you in on a couple of issues this morning. The biggest one, of course, US 60 still closed in Tempe.
Yeah, that's going to be a stumbling block until it gets reopened. It's closed westbound, 101 Price to McClintock, and it's closed eastbound from I-10 east to McClintock as well. Now, right now,
So as you can see on the right and left as I'm passing here are what look like super dumpy little apartments, but they're remnants of old hotels from when this was a U.S. highway. This was U.S. Highway 85. And this is kind of fun. Now, it used to be, and there is an exit here to go to Buckeye Road, but it used to be that the actual main thoroughfare went this direction around this corner, and that's the whole reason that this curve exists, because
brought to you by AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care. Most people know AMCO as Transmissions.
Yeah, Highway 85 was 17th Avenue. Used to be, many, many years ago. US Highway 85 was 17th Avenue, and then we're in around that curve there, and it became Buckeye Road.
89, the sunshine continues right through the weekend. Warm up after a low tonight of 62. Tomorrow's high 98. Then we're over the 100 mark.
Anyway, yes, I am.
Weather brought to you by Howard Air.
Quite literally running a red light. I was in the intersection, whatever. Yeah, I was quite literally going west to get east, but sometimes that's the quickest way to do it.
Game 6 of their series against the Dallas Mavericks. If the Suns win tonight, they advance to the Western Conference Finals to play either the Golden State Warriors or the Memphis Grizzlies. Tip-off from Dallas is at 6:30 Arizona time.
Hard to imagine a time when 17th Avenue had more traffic on it than 19th Avenue, but there was a time.
Their 3-game series against the Marlins.
And that's why it has an underpass under the tracks, and 19th Avenue doesn't.
Chicago Cubs. The Phoenix Mercury won big last night to 97.
And of course, that time predates even this freeway here that I'm about to get on.
We'll play again on Saturday, this time in Seattle. And for the NFL fans out there, it is schedule release day.
Wow,
we know
that's
which teams the Arizona Cardinals will play this
You're good.
fall
You
and
need to
where.
follow that.
Tonight at 5 o'clock, we will find out when. That is sports.
Technically, I had the right of way, but that guy's a flag guy for that oversized load, so he needs to stay behind it.
Sarah Gazelle here, and that is how much weight the collective valley has lost, 250,000 pounds, through Revitalize Weight Loss. If weight loss is on your mind as summer fast approaches, take action with Revitalize. They guarantee that you will lose 20
So this
or
probably
more.
seems like an
Keep it
absolutely
on.
crazy and convoluted route for me to take home from Amazon, but
And how it operates.
I do feel like I'm evading traffic really well.
So floored by the changes I saw and how much I learned before starting Revitalize. I was quite skeptical of weight loss.
Yeah, hopefully I don't make the same mistake I made yesterday and exit at 16th Street as opposed to I-10 West,
Nutrition partner of the winning Phoenix Suns.
which I'm using to go north.
You go with
I won't actually be going west on I-10. I'll be going north.
Official consultation. That phone number is 480-435-3557, 480-435-3557, or find them online at Revitalize.
Now, when I checked the traffic app, Google Maps traffic, at Amazon, there was no traffic. Like, it was all green on this freeway. But, granted, that was about 25 minutes ago, so it could have picked up by now. I'm hearing political ads on KTAR, so definitely,
Taylor ropes and has a tough 6-point.
definitely, it's
and finish the wall. Has always opposed.
they're gearing up towards the midterm elections and also the
detailed plan to secure the border at KarenForArizona.com. Karen Taylor for governor. Paid for by Karen for Arizona. Authorized by Karen Taylor.
the party elections that happen before the midterm elections.
Breaking news and traffic. KTAR News on 92.3 FM.
Even at like 58 miles per hour, I'm feeling that shimmy.
I'm Jim Sharp.
And I'm Jamie West. East Valley commuters have been dealing with a major freeway closure all week. But we have an update on the work to reopen it.
We want to make sure that when we're done, it's safe. We don't have to come back.
Also coming up after a check of traffic with Detour Dan, Phoenix's inflation rate is way higher than the national rate. We talked to a local economist about what's behind it.
Plus, don't forget to put on some purple and orange. Game 6 of the Suns playoff series is tonight. We're going to get you a preview.
But first, Arizona carried out its first execution since 2014.
Yeah, don't really want to hear about the execution, but it's good to know there's a Suns playoff game tonight. That means that my show at Bullocks is going to be insanely busy. It also means that I'm going to be setting up while the game is going on, and that I'm going to need to do a smooth transition from the end of the game to my my karaoke and DJ show. So, which needs to happen like right after the game is over, which could end before 9 o'clock. So I need to be kind of ready for that. But yeah, I hope I can get up early enough today to. Even though I only got up at like 11, I'm hoping I can get up I do want to go back to bed. I'm still kind of groggy. But yeah, I'm wanting to get up early enough to get to Discount Tires and get my tires checked, because that shimmy, when I get up to 60 or more miles per hour, it is kind of concerning. And I'm thinking more likely than not, it's just one of my tires that's probably starting to have an issue because it was just sitting in the sun, not being driven for so long.
Traffic Center. We have another look at 2 early morning East Side Freeway wrecks here.
Yeah, not only that, you got the freeway closure.
Car directly behind me was trying to pass me on the right. I did my lane change. I think I pissed him off, but yeah, right lane is not a passing lane. I hit the right exit this time. Yay! Yeah, I feel I could have made a lot better time going home yesterday had I gone this route as opposed to mistakenly getting off at 16th Street.
Right lanes are blocked on this. Somebody's injured. I can see him on a gurney. Right now you're seeing a backup from west of Boa Vista all the way into the crash near Mason Drive. Once you get west of it, again, you're good to go. All the way to the downtown. It's just getting there is the hard part. This traffic report brought to you by SeaHomesFirst.com.